I saw you highlighting an exchange related to that issue between Tulsi Gabbard, the new director of national intelligence, and Ron
Wyden.
Wyden, who's the
Hmm.
stalwart civil liberties protecting senator from Oregon. I had asked John to pull that clip for this conversation. Let's play that now since we're on the topic of encryption and backdoors.
While you were in Congress, you introduced legislation prohibiting the government from mandating that Americans' phones or apps include mechanisms to allow the government to bypass encryption or other privacy technology. In your written responses to the committee questions, you reconfirmed your opposition to these mandates. Is that still your position?
Yes, these backdoors lead down a dangerous path that can undermine Americans' Fourth Amendment rights and civil liberties.
So, I mean, he's basically getting the director of national intelligence to pledge to protect encryption and an earlier exchange, use warrants to actually get Americans' metadata. And
God forbid they use warrants.
I
But how
know, I
beautiful
know.
is that, though? That's a
Yeah,
that's a
right?
that's a Democrat, right? Asking an ex-Democrat in the Trump administration to cooperate on speech issues to stop this problem that is really coming from Europe mostly now. It's a beautiful thing to me. I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of hope that's the way politics goes from now on.
Yeah, and he sent a letter with a Republican, Andy
Hmm.
Biggs,
Biggs, yep.
to this. I pulled the second page from this letter because some of this language is just remarkable to be hearing coming out of the Senate now. He says, after years of senior U.S. government officials pushing for weaker encryption, it seems that the U.S. government has finally come around to the position we've long held. Strong end-to-end encryption protects national security, and then essentially says that giving the UK this backdoor into all of our iCloud accounts is itself a national security threat. I mean, that's got to give you at least a small dose of optimism of where things are headed on that front, right, Matt?
Absolutely, it's amazing. I mean, in a long career of writing about horrible stuff and never seeing anything done about it, to suddenly have this issue that was, really to me terrifying personally, to watch it for the last couple of years, to suddenly see like consensus forming around it, and uh, somebody like Wyden embracing the idea that look, maybe there are things we don't like about the Trump administration, but on this, we're gonna work with them on it, which is how politics should work. And I think Americans should be very happy about this. At least I hope they are, because I think you're right. I think it's a big national security issue. I don't care what government it is. I don't want them having the ability to get into my iPhone, let alone my own government, a foreign government. So.
I mean, you're welcome, Matt. I mean, I voted for Trump and I get constant flack for this, but we basically reason journalists, we always publish all of our votes, pretty much, because we believe that our readers kind of deserve to know where our journalists' heads are at. And so naturally, I get constant flack for this, but I really do think like it's very possible that, especially if Trump, God forbid, seeks a third term or something like that, that I will be proven to be a total dunce. And maybe he does other rule of law trouncing actions, which I would absolutely vehemently oppose. But like, again, there are some things that he is doing, which is like libertarians have been asking for this for so many
Sure.
years, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it was the Snowden revelations in particular that really made me a libertarian. And so to now be seeing this type of thing happening within our government, I mean, I have high hopes for where this could go, and it bothers me that so many people are willing to act like this is no big deal, or they're willing to act like some of the things that Vance is saying, like at the Munich Security Conference, like it's no big deal. It's like actually, like, can you imagine anyone from the would-be Harris administration embracing these types of policies? I can't.
No, and that's look, I didn't publish who I vote for because I never do, but
Who'd you vote for?
you can probably guess. But look, uh, the reason is because I saw this, and you would see these documents talking about how, yeah, we just need to do this, and this, and we'll be part of this common digital environment with the Digital Services Act and everything. And
Been
you think about what that world would look like, and we could be living in a dystopia within 18 months or something like that, or even less. It was absolutely horrifying. And so it's what you're getting now is, I think libertarians should be thrilled with all this stuff. I mean, not only on the speech front, where there are a few hiccups on the speech front with the Trump administration, but for the most part, it's been great. And Vance in particular, by the way, Vance was the first politician who brought this up in the presidential campaign. We've been pushing for people to kind of make it an issue, and he brought it up during the campaign, and I think he really believes in it, and it shows. And that was a great speech, I thought, that he gave, and it was a real reaffirmation of what American values are. So I get kind of tingly while listening to it.
Wait, so why don't you publish who you vote for?
I think you have to have a little bit of, I mean, journalists, it's always good to be a little bit coy about these things. I don't know. It's not like a rule or anything like that, but
This is just a practice that I want to make more standard in like newsrooms, whether independent or mainstream, all across the country, where I think it would be just to be totally frank, I think like the voting record of like the Washington Post masthead would just be like incredibly disheartening to anybody who's not a total Democrat. And like it's really frustrating when the onus is always on me or other independently minded people to justify the, what we view as constant and creeping mainstream media liberal bias. And it's like, it would be so nice to just have like a page on these websites that just tells you the basic information of like the people who are trusting to give you, purportedly what they purport to be, unbiased news. Like, well, are they consistently voting for Democrats, every 4 years? Because like that would just be another data point that I think would be really useful. But maybe I'm also just bitter because I'm the fool who decided to publish my vote when many libertarians don't, in fact, like it.
Really? Oh, well,
Yeah,
they
it's
don't.
okay.
That's interesting.
This is not my therapy session. This is yours.
Hey, that was a clip from Just Asking Questions. You can watch another one here or the full episode here. And please subscribe to our brand new channel to get us started off right and be notified when new episodes or clips go up. Thanks for watching.